Okay, I actually think I might have made a mistake. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Can we see how this might go wrong? That was incredibly scary. Silly, silly rabbit. Hey, I'm Jane. I'm a single mom and I'm not letting that hold me back. I bought 5 acres of raw land in the Kootenay Rockies, where I'm building my own home and homestead, planting a food forest, creating art, and living life on my own terms. All of this is so one day, hopefully, my kiddo won't need to struggle the way that I did. Come along with me as I create my very own freedom recipe. Today I've got to start one of the huge jobs that I've been putting off ever since clearing this land, and that is burning all the brush, because nobody wants to lose everything in a forest fire. And by nobody, I mean I don't want to lose everything that I've built, and I'm sure my neighbors don't want to lose everything that they've built as well. So let's go and light a few big bonfires. It might not seem like that big of a deal, but if you're aware of all the West Coast forest fires that have been going on from BC all the way down to California, this back wall is a huge problem. It gets direct sunlight for the whole day, and most of it is cedar, which is really flammable. It's basically like having kindling just sitting there waiting. So while the weather is still a little bit wet these days, this is your time to make burn piles. And to give you an idea about the size of this, this is how big the wall actually is. I'm gonna start here and work my way through it. As I'm collecting wood, I am going to be thinking about everything that I want to release with the fire. I want to keep letting go of anything that's taking up my mental real estate and holding me back on this homestead build. Before I went in for my kidney stone surgery, I actually wrote in my journal and I said, with this kidney stone, I release all my past judgments, anything that I'm holding, like any resentments I'm still holding from the past, and I'm just leaving the past in the past and having a fresh start. And I think that burning something, it has that same feeling. So I'm going to be really vulnerable with you as I'm doing this fire and share a bunch of the things that I'm releasing into the flames. Because I'm a little bit nervous about burning this entire wall of kindling, the biggest thing I keep hearing is stop doubting yourself. I'm usually a very confident person, but this homestead is seriously pushing my belief in my abilities. The other day I thought I have reached my max capacity, meaning I cannot take on more than I've currently got going on. Between parenting, working, building this homestead, making these videos, and preparing myself for teachers college, I'm stretched as far as I've ever been. I've actually never gone to the extent of my limits before. I've always felt like I've had a little room to spare for another project. Nope, all of my cups are completely full. This new feeling of self-doubt is really uncomfortable, and I'm trying to not let it stop me. This is the first time in my life I've felt the urge to run from something intimidating. To be honest, I probably wouldn't feel that way if I had stacks of cash on hand to build my dream homestead stress-free. Wouldn't we all feel strongly optimistic if we just had stacks of cash with which to achieve our craziest ideas? But I am feeling this intense intimidation, so I've got to deal with it. This new self-doubt has quietly seeped into many areas of my life since buying these 5 acres. Will I be able to afford this on my own? Will I have a consistent career in a rural area that can fulfill me and support my home build? Will I be making a YouTube channel about a homestead failure instead of successful homestead growth? These are the ideas that keep me awake at night and have me sleeping with dinosaur claw arms. But I have passed the point of no return, so I just gotta shush that little voice and keep going. So the wind is not in my favor today. It's all blowing right back here towards the back wall. And normally I would do this huge burn pile, but I don't want sparks to set that wall ablaze. That would defeat the whole purpose of this. I think I'm just gonna have to have a constantly going medium-sized fire. That is just how she goes. Somebody commented that this city girl will figure it out, and I've never really considered myself to be a city girl because I grew up in Mennonite country. But when I think about it, I didn't grow up on an actual farm. So I have the survival skills of the suburbs which is not very useful in the woods. I've lived out west long enough to know the basics, like how to make a fire, what to look for in terms of forest fire hazards, and how to be bear aware. But being out here on my own has me very aware of what skills I need to learn, and quick. Plus, the bonus part of doing the responsible chores like burning this brush is that this boneyard-looking wall of twigs will transform into a great place to grow more plants. And my gardening addiction really, really likes that. Oh no! Oh, he's getting stuck in the mud. Okay, keep the fire going. Friends of mine have given me so many poppy seeds that they saved, and I bought a beautiful mixture of wildflower and violet seeds, so I'll be throwing those down when the threat of frost is completely gone. But my main goal for this very sunny back part of the land is to plant some big walnut trees. Walnut trees don't play well with others because they kind of kill the soil under them. So this spot is far enough away from the future orchard and veggie gardens that I think it's the safest place for them. I'm definitely getting cuts on my hands and should have worn gloves, but meh. I did end up eventually putting gloves on because I burned my hand. Some lessons I gotta learn the hard way. I'm still trying to let go of the self-doubt throughout this burn, but one thing I have to give myself credit for is working through the fear. They say courage is taking action even when fear is present, and that is something I now completely understand. Okay, I had to go change. I was roasting. As usual, it is gonna take longer than I think. I can't believe I just got that tiny little part done in like an hour and a half. I knew it would be a whole day affair, but it might actually be a multiple day affair. As I was pulling all of the sticks down to the bottom of the hill, it's already in this really nice pile, and I thought, well, if I clear enough around it, then maybe I can just make that fire where it is. I hope. I brought a hose out, but the hose is about 15 feet too short, so then I have a bucket. I'm gonna go around the edge of the fire, well, where the fire will be, and make a water line and have a hose and a bucket on hand in case it wants to spread. I'm gonna try. Sometimes I go from scared to overconfident like that. When something starts to feel comfortable, I'm like, I got this, full send. But that's not always the safest way to go. Is this a good idea? If I keep this bucket full and I can run up and like dump it if there's any places that look like it's gonna spread, I think it'll be okay. Ugh. Okay, my logic is we start from one side and work our way over. Okay, it's smoking. That would be too easy. See, this one's lit. I don't know if you can see that, but that one's on fire. Hoping that catches. Can we see how this might go wrong? It's always crazy to me that it's so hard to get a fire started sometimes, and then it can get so out of control. It's just like water, right? Like a couple drops of water aren't gonna be dangerous, but then a tsunami is very dangerous. Actually, all the elements are like that because a small gust of wind isn't a big deal, but then as I learned, a big gust of wind can be very dangerous, or a tornado can be very dangerous, and a little bit of earth isn't so bad, but a mudslide isn't so great. Everything in moderation. Finally. The wind just picked up though, which is exactly what I don't want. I can just keep it contained, then we should be all good. Let's make a bigger buffer. From way back here, it's obvious that the little fire that's away from the drywall is in a much better place to burn the brush. But I was getting impatient and overwhelmed with how much there is to burn, and that totally clouded my judgment. Silly, silly rabbit. The camera doesn't give justice to how big the fire was and how fast it was growing. And remember how my hose was too short? Okay, I'm admittedly a little bit worried. Let me go behind it. Maybe not my best idea. Let's make a fire break. Let's make a fire break. I'm trying to be optimistic and not freak out, but this isn't good. Oh yeah, that's hot. Woo! Get out of the way. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh my God, is this the video where you watch me start a forest fire? Frig! Oh God, the wind. One time when I was in school for musical theater, I came in on a Monday after a very long weekend at the beach looking like a total lobster from head to toe. And the conductor of our chorus looked at me and said, "How do you spell dumb?" And without missing a beat, I said, J-A-Y-M. And he said, "That's right." So this would be one of those moments. Okay, I actually think I might have made a mistake. And my hose doesn't reach that far. Ah. I need a longer hose. By the time, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. By the time I run and get a longer hose and set it up, I'm gonna do that. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on, jammed. Daughter of a firefighter. You think I'd know better? Don't judge me, Dad, or judge me. Something is kinked somewhere because it's not coming out very fast. If I hadn't have been so panicked, I might have noticed that the fire was starting to slow down, but it was still so hot that I was worried that the sparks might catch the dry twigs that were still on the hill. I'll never burn brush without a hose again. No freaking way. That was incredibly scary. Plus, I charred the stumps, which were beautiful in their own storybook kind of way. As usual, you live and you learn. Okay, the homestead isn't gonna burn down today. That was close. Okay, so maybe we don't do that again. Now that the fire is under control and I have a hose long enough to reach the back wall, I feel like I can do this again and safely. I won't need to have self-doubt if I just follow the proper safety precautions. Duh. I really wish I could say it's all an act, guys. Don't worry, I totally know what I'm doing. But I'm a really honest person. I could edit out all the fails, but I don't think that's being very authentic or showing the realities of what it's like to be developing a homestead in the woods. There's a lot of glorification on social media about what it's like to live off the land, but it's not all lounging around in long flowy dresses, picking fruit off the vine and baking treats. It's a lot of dirt, cuts, and problem solving on the fly. And as a lesson to myself, it also takes confidence. Self-doubt leads to hesitation, and sometimes that can lead to dangerous situations. I was able to burn the rest of the back wall now that I have the system down, but whew, next time I will plan better and be prepared for the worst. And no matter what you do in life, remember to pour love into it.